next, a ladies' tag involving Jody Vorick and Faye Crawford, JD and the Fox, against Power and Beauty, with the winner facing Las Reinas for the women's world tag titles at Homecoming.
Yeah, and I don't have to guess who you're rooting for, GB.
This next ladies' tag team contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Fairfield, Connecticut, Faye Crawford, and from Fontana, California, Jody Vorick, JD, and the Fox.
Well, guys, the line to face Las Reinas for the Women's World Tag Team Championship stretches around the block like Star Wars 1977. But these two, JD and the Fox, they're first in line, along with Power and Beauty, who were the former Women's World Tag Team Champions before Las Reinas even came along. So, gonna be an interesting matchup. Both these teams very hungry to go face Las Reinas at Homecoming this Wednesday.
Both teams definitely compete at the championship level. Jody's a former Women's International Champion, a 2024 Memphis Million winner, and Faye is a former tag champion as well. So you put that against Frankie and Marta, and there's literally no telling how this one's gonna end. For my taste, I wouldn't mind seeing JD and the Fox win it, only because Frankie and Marta have already been to the top once already.
Their opponents accompanied by Sylvia Strong from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, Francis Frankie, and from Redlands, California, Marta Gordon, Power and Beauty.
Well, whichever team ends up going to Homecoming for that title match will still be dealing with the as yet still undefeated pair of Josie Rod and Lisa Rivera, and I'm pretty sure Las Reinas would much prefer taking a chance on Jody and Faye, rather than Frankie and Marta, the former champs.
And yes, Tex, obviously, I'm partial to Frankie and Marta, not just because they're personal friends, but rather because of their previous run as tag team champs. Something that Jody and Faye have never achieved.
That is a very valid argument, GB, and nice going trying to sound fair and balanced, but I don't believe you for 2 seconds.
Hey, believe me not, man. I'm telling the absolute truth, which is always how I roll Tex.
I know that, Johnny. I'm just having fun with you. Okay, the ladies have chosen up sides. It's going to be the Fairfield Fox, Faye Crawford, and Francis Frankie Picone starting off in this very important, very decisive tag team matchup. As referee Walt Roth Burns sounds the bell, they come center ring. Faye Crawford caught from behind by Frankie Picone, catches a shot to the back, whip to the Power and Beauty corner. Here comes Marta Gordon on the tag right away, wasting no time. Faye Crawford whip to the ropes, drop toe hold and an elbow across the back. As Marta Gordon takes over for Power and Beauty, drives a knee into the head of the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford catches a knee to the side of the head. Marta Gordon, real aggressive, has been for a long time, putting the boot right to the midsection of the Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford rounded up to a standing position again, whipped right back into the PNB corner. There's an elbow, whipped right, right back out center ring. There's a shot to the back, whipped right back into the corner again. Here comes Frankie Picone one more time. Another whip to the ropes, the drop toe hold and the elbow delivered again by alternating partners. And here's a quick tag to the Memphis Millionaires, Jody Vorick. Jody takes down Frankie Picone with an elbow and a clothesline that glances but doesn't quite fully connect. A hard shot to the back to Jody Vorick. A kick to the midsection from Frankie Picone. There's a hard shot to the back. Down goes Jody Vorick. Jody rounded back up. A clothesline from Frankie. Frankie Picone locks it up with the Memphis Millionaires. Escorts her towards the corner, smashes her head into the turnbuckle. Driving shoulders into the midsection and a clubbing back. Oh, man. Jody goes for the outside. Frankie Picone off the top line, cross body to Jody Vorick. Referee Walt Roth Burns already counting a series of stomps right to the face of Jody Vorick. And now her face getting grounded into the floor. Damn, there's an elbow right to the back of the head. Okay. Slammed again face first into the... wow. Frankie Picone rolls Jody back inside the ring. Man, Power and Beauty's on a tear tonight, huh? Jody Warwick makes her way to the corner. Here comes the Fairfield Fox again. Faye Crawford with a knee right to the face of Frankie Picone. Frankie laid out face down center ring, and oh man, double knee stomp into the canvas from Faye Crawford. Crawford with a stomp right into the knee, driving it into the mat. Quickly takes her down. The Fairfield Fox with a series of mounted bully punches on Frankie Picone. The Fairfield Fox on her feet first, a rebound off the ropes, and oh, what a senton to Frankie Picone. Frankie rounded back up, locked up by the Fairfield Fox. Little do the hustle here, and there's a kick to the midsection from Frankie Picone. Frankie Picone quickly countering. There's a forearm taken down. Faye Crawford to the canvas. Faye Crawford brought back up to a standing position and whipped right back into the Power and Beauty corner. Where's this one gonna go? Oh, hit first into the turnbuckles. Where's it gonna go? Frankie Picone playing tug of war with the arm of the Fairfield Fox. A hard right hand from Frankie. Here's a tag to Marta Gordon. Sylvia Strong, your girlfriend, Johnny, having a great time watching this one. Double arm drag. Marta Gordon turns her attention towards Jody Warwick. Brings her in over the top rope the hard way. Clubbing overhand right. Faye Crawford laid out on the outside. Right now it is looking all Power and Beauty. A knee to the head of Jody Warwick from Marta Gordon. Faye Crawford finally starting to stir, gets back up to a standing position, gets back inside the ring. And drives a knee right into the head of Marta Gordon. A rebound off the ropes, and woohoo! I'm not even sure what the hell that was, but it worked. Jody Warwick making her way back to her corner. There's a boot to the face from Faye Crawford. Here's a pin, here's a hook of the leg, and here's the ref. Not even a 1. Not even an 0.5. Faye Crawford rebounds off the ropes, another senton to Marta Gordon. They lock it up. Marta whipped to the ropes. Faye Crawford ducks under. Oof. A knee and a kick to the back of the head from Marta Gordon from the Fairfield Fox. There's a stomp to the arm as Faye Crawford opts to beat it out of town and turns it over to the Memphis Millionaires, Jody Warwick. The Whip Kitten catches a jumping neckbreaker. Here's a pin from Marta. 1, 2, as near to a near fall as we've had so far. Again, whoever wins this match is going to be facing Los Reinos at Homecoming for the title. Jody whipped to the Power and Beauty corner again. Marta Gordon landing on the middle rope. Here we go. Reverse Dragon Sleeper just hanging Jody Warwick out to dry. And down goes Jody. Here comes Frankie Picone again. Jody rolls to the outside. Frankie Picone goes right after Faye Crawford. There's a hard right hand. Brings her in over the top rope. Meanwhile, Marta Gordon on the outside with Jody Warwick. Rolls her back inside the ring. Faye Crawford rolls to the outside. Oh, what a senton from Frankie Picone. Here's a pin, dead center ring. 1. Just a 1 that time. Everybody wants to face Los Reinos for the Women's World Tag Team titles. This match is getting a little bit intense. There's an elbow from Jody. Jody locks it up with Frankie Picone. Leads her towards the far right corner, head first into the turnbuckle. Frankie Picone, the leg draped over the rope. There's a kick right to the leg of Frankie from Jody Warwick. Jody locks her up again real quick. Whips her to her team's corner. Jody Warwick slams the head of Frankie Picone into the turnbuckle. Frankie Picone on the receiving end of the bad business here, getting her arm yanked again, this time by the Memphis Millionaires. Jody Warwick takes herself up to the middle rope, gonna pay back the debt with the same coin. Reverse Dragon Sleeper hanging up Frankie Picone as she rolls out towards center. Here comes the Fairfield Fox again. Frankie Picone trying to make her way to the corner and get a tag, and she succeeds in doing so. Here comes Marta Gordon. Faye Crawford charges, drives a knee into the head of Marta. Goes right after Frankie Picone again. There's a forearm to her, and down she goes. Marta Gordon takes her down with an elbow. Faye Crawford rolls to the outside. No, it's total chaos now. Forget about it. Marta Gordon. Oh, slamming the face of Faye Crawford into the floor. Marta rounds up Faye Crawford. Rolls her back inside the ring. Sylvia Strong offering some encouragement to Marta Gordon here. Frankie Picone evades the attack from the Fairfield Fox. Oh man, Marta Gordon gets a hold of her. But a quick counter from Crawford. There's a kick to the midsection. Marta Gordon goes down from a forearm from the Fairfield Fox. Rolls back up, catches a cheap shot from Jody and spinning back fist from Faye Crawford. Marta Gordon definitely in the wrong place at the wrong time as the Fairfield Fox starts putting the boots to Marta Gordon. With Jody Warwick looking on, Sylvia Strong got to be a little bit concerned at this point. Marta Gordon whipped to the far right corner. Faye Crawford taking her time about moving in on her. Rounds up Marta, scoop slams her. Immediately goes for the pin here. One. Only just a one. We're going to get a lot of near falls in this sucker. The Fairfield Fox going to work on the head and neck of Marta Gordon with Sylvia Strong and Frankie Picone looking on. Got to be a little bit disturbed at this point. A stomp to the arm from Fairfield Fox. Faye Crawford, she steps out, turns it over to the Memphis Millionaires, Jody Warwick. Jody with a beautiful wraparound DDT right there. Both these teams on a sacred mission to face Los Renos at homecoming. One of them's going to win. Here's a whip to the corner for Jody Warwick. Jody gets her head smashed into the turnbuckle one more time. Here comes Frankie Picone again. Another double team coming up. Off the middle rope, double axe handle to Jody Warwick from Frankie Picone. Frankie Picone takes her down to the mat into an armbar. Here comes the ref checking things out, but oh man, Faye Crawford right there to make the save for her team. Frankie Picone goes to work on Jody Warwick center ring. Gathers her back up to a standing position. Gets a hold on her. Hard whip into the Power and Beauty corner. Here comes Marta Gordon again. Here comes another double team. Marta has her up. There's the clothesline from Frankie, and down she goes. Marta Gordon goes for the pin here. Here comes the ref. 1, 2, 3. Looks like Power and Beauty's going to get another crack at Los Renos at homecoming.
The time, 9 minutes and 15 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, Power and Beauty.
Well, we've just set ourselves up one very exciting women's tag team matchup for homecoming. Will it be Power and Beauty singing "We Did It Before and We Can Do It Again"? Or will Josie Rod and Lisa Rivera retain their undefeated streak and retain the Women's World Tag Team Championships at the same time? That's a real challenge. But Frankie and Marta definitely going to the dance. Kind of feel bad for JD and the Fox, but that's how the cookie crumbles. We'll be back with more RWL Snarl in just a hot second.